Well, it's the last time using this image for this year. Dephemerember has come to a close. Let's do a flip through so we can see everything together. Come on. So it's New Year's Eve 2023. We made it, hey? Let's do a flip through and see what's going on. So let's get the prompt list out, which we know the prompt list number 1 was actually opening, and that was where we made the little Effie folder. So yeah, turned out pretty chunky, hey? With all the prompts in it. Brilliant. Let's have a look. Day 4, or the 4th of December, was a butterfly and 3 torn things. So I made the butterfly out of rusted copper wire, and that turned out really quite good. I was quite happy with that. And 3 torn things is in the background. Then day 5 was salvaged birds. All of this stuff, I think except from this back bit, was from Lee. So that turned out really good. And then 6, selfie in a bubble. So this is a flap that comes up, and it's number 6 behind there. So I used my advent calendar numbers. So that's me at about 20, I think, in that little thing. And then 7 was clocks and wings. Really love this one. That was something that Lee sent, and the little dolly behind. And we added a few things. Number 7 there, and the flower was from Lee as well. All right, then the next week was day 11, Halloween meets Christmas. So this was quite cute. This flips up, and it's a house, a haunted house. I called it a haunted house. Flips up, and then we've got the Christmas girl underneath. We've got our leaf, which started off very green up here, but it's turned very black. So it was sort of, yeah, green and black for Halloween and Christmas. Then kintsugi houses. This was a fun one to do. So what I did was cut up the house, because kintsugi is where they fix things with gold or silver or platinum, things that have been broken, so that they still recognize them as beautiful. So I just drew the house myself. I wanted it sort of a folk arty look, and then just added a few bits on the side. And the background paper is something that Lee sent me. I just loved it. I thought it sort of looked very Japanese anyway. Then 13 was magical creature. So Lee had sent me this beautiful page with sequins all over it. And then I had the angel, and I added a dress to her. So that was day 13. And then I said she had the key, maybe the key to forever. I don't know. And then day 14, well, this was really funky. But anyway, we got through it. And it's mushroom robots. So I did it onto an envelope, which is a tuck spot. And then got my mushrooms and added some beads, half a robot, and put it in a belly band. All right, the next week, plaid and polka dots, or as we say in Scotland, tartan and polka dots. So I got a really, really old postcard, really vintage, you could see from the writing, and the stamp is actually 1 penny. It was day 18, and then I was a bit blank in here where the polka dots were, so I added Merry Christmas everyone on a bit of the fabric that Lee sent me. 19 was Nature's Treasure. So I had a little card that Lee sent, and I made a belly band here, stuck the card in, and I did what are the 5 gifts of nature: the long range of mountains, the wide oceans, the sparkling streams, the dense forests, and the animals, birds, and insects. And anybody that knows me, the wide oceans is my favourite. But yeah, Lee sent all the bits, the moth, the beautiful leaf that she'd found, the eco-dyeing, all these bits. Just was a really lovely page, which probably couldn't have been done without Lee sending me the bits. Next one is recycled fairy. So way back I'd started a project with fairies and had added, this is like a photograph, but it never really printed well. I don't know if you can see the lines here. So it went into recycling, and that's what the prompt was, a recycled fairy. So I used that. I recycled a negative of my husband in a sarong. I thought that was quite funny, so I just added that as a little bit of nonsense down the bottom, and then a little heart made out of copper wire. And that was my recycled fairy. And of course the fabric underneath is recycled as well. Alright, vintage meets modern. So this was an envelope that Lee had sent me, a modern envelope, a government envelope. And then I added the vintage pieces onto it. And that's got like a little, it's crocheted, but I added gold paint, the Kuretake gold paints. That's another tuck spot in there, and the green paper in there as well was from her, and the page edge. And then I made that my whole page, so I didn't have a normal page, I just added the envelope as the page, and that will become, like I said, a tuck spot. Alright, the next week, which was last week, the friendship bracelet. That's right, that's not in here. So remember I told you the story about my friendship bracelet that I made at school, and what I did at the time was add a button for every person that I was friends with. A great big crowd of us used to hang out, and my family were a button, and couples were 2 buttons together, and all this sort of thing. I was 15 or 16 when I made this. And it's funny, over the years I've kept it, and every time I open a drawer and I find it again, it makes me think of when I made it. And so instead of doing a video that day making something new, I just discussed all about this. So if you want to know about that, go back and find the 25th of December or Christmas Day, and you'll see me talking about the friendship bracelet. Okay, next one is forgotten snacks, and I use my grandma for this. Yeah, she was always cooking, always. So I just put this on a hinge, and in fact, I meant to write 1971 on the back of there. 1971. So my grandma was actually 51 there, and she's younger than I am now. So yeah, we forget, don't we, that they were young and luscious. We think we're young. Well, I still think I'm young. And then there was a recipe card in the back for moggy, which is a favourite of hers, favourite of the family's. And that was a forgotten snack, and I found that in the cupboard. So that was my page for today. I made this into a pocket, stuck that down, and stuck some paper on the back so that the card can sit in behind there, as you can see. And then just used a couple of hinges for the photograph. So as I told you in that video, I'm starting to use all my photographs in my art rather than have them chucked out. I use the number 1 because she was my number 1 grandmother. All right. Next one is spaghetti box window. Spaghetti box window. So this is all spaghetti. I used the window thing that Lee had sent me, and then I got an illustration out of Daphne's diary, which was of an really old shop. Put the shop word there, and we've got the little fairy there with his wings, taking the old Christmas tree out after Christmas, because that was already the 27th of December. So yeah, that's stuck down okay with matte medium, and that's made out of spaghetti. Hope you can see that okay. Yeah, just had to break it up and it was quite easy. Last one, me and my crush. So this is me and my husband. We've been together 37 years and married 35. And so I just grabbed an old photograph from 1991 where we still thought we were cool dudes with our shades on and on a boat somewhere. I think it was some kind of river cruise. You can see Perth in the background there. And then I did some slow stitching there and there and just added some beads and the key to my heart here. So yes, that was the month of dephemerember, done and dusted for 2023. I'm going to put this back in here. I'm going to take out my friendship bracelet and put it back in my drawer. And that, as they say, is a done deal. Ended up a real crocodile mouth. Look at it. Alligator mouth, whatever they call it. Really loads and loads and loads. Even though it was quite thick to start with, it ended up being enormous. And really, if we'd have had 31 prompts, I wouldn't have been able to get them in there. So I love my little folder. I'll probably still keep adding things to it. I might even think of adding a dangle here, I think. So, yeah. But anyway, that's me, done and dusted for 2023. If you managed to watch all the videos, thank you very, very much. Really appreciate that. And I'll see you for the next one. And I'll see you in the new year. Okay? Happy New Year to you and yours. I hope that it's happy, healthy, and that you're very prosperous. And from me and Buddy, it's over and out for 2023. Bye-bye now.
Live your life within the moment. And don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over.